to take a spiritual path in a world that is based on materialism. And so, just thank you for everything you've done to get to this point in your life, and thank you for everything and what it means for the world for you to be alive at this moment. And there's also others. Obviously, this is all based on the Mayan prophecy. And the Mayans themselves have spent tens of thousands of years looking at the sky and measuring the stars and measuring carefully the movements of all these planets and suns. And without all that effort and all that work, which is tedious over thousands of years, every single day, we would never know that this was important or had any kind of significance. And that includes the Hopi, who are really Mayan and who came from Guatemala. And their diligence in doing their part and being in this particular location a long ways away from their homeland, which is an interesting thing we'll talk about in just a little while. And there are others, many other indigenous people that a lot of people are not aware of in this world. That is the Kogi Mamas and the Arakas Mamas and the Wiwas and Guanas Mamas that are in Colombia, South America. They are the elders of the Mayans and the Hopi. And they are the ones that have been dreaming the dreams that keep us alive. I know many of you don't understand this, but without them, we would not exist at this moment. And so we owe them all a debt from our hearts and should say thank you to them all for what they have done for us. And then I'm sitting inside of this pyramid here, and you might wonder why. And it's all because the pyramids all over the world were created by our ancestors. A long time ago when we fell, they knew that in order for us to survive, we had to have a new consciousness grid built around the world because the old one was destroyed. And so very slowly, over thousands and thousands of years, they began to build these pyramids. And then later in time, they began to build the churches and the temples and special places all over the world. 83,000 of these places were built over many, many thousands of years, all doing what is called geomancy. Geomancy is manipulating the inner energies of the earth with stones and steel and copper and brass and all kinds of metals and things that makes the flow inside the earth change, which creates a grid around the earth, an electromagnetic grid. And it's a science, and it's amazing that they could do this, but they have. And in the year 2008, that grid became alive and was born, which means that we now have the possibility of moving into higher consciousness. This is no little thing. This is really huge. And we have to thank all of our ancestors. These are your ancestors, not just mine or Mayans or anyone else. No matter where you're from, whether it's Romania or Russia or Australia or New Zealand or China or Japan, anywhere in the world, these are your ancestors that did this. And because of that, we are now in place. Humanity is now in place to be born in another level of existence. And we are right at that moment, right before it takes place. And so, this is an exciting moment to be alive. It's a blessing if you're alive. You know, it may be difficult, but this is really a blessing to be alive. And so, now I need to give you a little bit of information. I know a lot of people out there probably know exactly what's going on right now and what all the cycles mean because they've been studying this and they've read about it and they understand. But I also know that there are many of you out there that are standing there that don't really know what is happening right now. So I'm going to give a very condensed version of all of this. Hopefully it'll help you. And if you really want to know more, you can read a book that I just wrote called The Mayan Ouroboros, or one even before that, The Serpent of Light, because in there it'll go into great detail what all these cycles are. But The main cycle, the cycle that the Mayans are based on, is called the Mayan long count. And it is a 5,125-year cycle, approximately. There's a little bit more in there, but that's about the length of it. And there are 5 of these cycles that have gone by, which amounts to 25,625 years, which just happens to be the length of the precession of the equinox. Precession of the equinox is a wobble in the Earth's axis. And it wobbles and goes like this, and to go around one time takes 25,625 years. And both of those cycles at once are coming together in a few minutes. In history, there are other ancient cultures that have recorded these things, and they know what this means when these precessions come to an end. And when it does, when it ends, it means a new cycle is beginning, and it has a polarity to it. The polarity is one part of this, half of this cycle is male, and the other half is female. We become male during part of this cycle. The male controls the world during this time. And then in the other half of the cycle, the female emerges out, and she controls the world for the next 13,000 years. And by control, I mean she leads us, she guides us. She guides us spiritually into a new understanding in the world. And so, which is what is just about to happen. The last cycle, the male cycle, when it began was important, and it was beautiful, and it protected us and guided us through the nights, through the dark side of this cycle. But in the last 2,000 years, what always happens is the cycle becomes convoluted, and the male energy becomes convoluted, and we begin to go a little crazy. And if you haven't noticed, we're basically trying to kill each other all around the world. There's all these things that are happening everywhere. There's wars that are going on. We don't care that much about those that are dying. Right today, there's 25,000 children died today, and every single day that we live, from starvation. And these are the things that are the end of the male cycle. But in the new cycle that is just going to begin in a few more minutes, that is the female cycle, and she will take over, and she will begin to guide us out of this very aggressive way of living, and learn to nourish us with feminine and begin to help us in ways that we have long forgotten. And she will also begin to present a brand new spirituality that we think is kind of timeless, but it changes from moment to moment as we get into different levels of these cycles of consciousness. And so we are at this amazing moment in the history of time. And there is another thing that you need to understand. This is about something the Mayans call the end of time. Many of you may think that just because this lines up now, that this is what's going to happen, and that the Mayan prophecy will begin immediately in the next few minutes. That's highly unlikely. It could happen, but it's very, very unlikely that that will happen. It'll happen, according to the Maya, sometime during the end of time window. It's a window of time. That window began on October 24th, 2007. And when it ends, we're not exactly sure. The minds are not exactly sure. It's sometime probably in the next 3 years, but it could even go into a little bit into 2016. So we will not know if nothing happens today, and it probably won't on a physical outward world level to see like mountains going up and down or something like that. We're probably not going to see that. But nevertheless, this very subtle but incredibly powerful change from male to female energy is going to take place today. And eventually, over the next few years, you're going to see this in your lives. So this window is a moment of that we must understand, and I'm going to say it again. If nothing happens now, it is not over, and we will not know if it's over until basically sometime in 2016. So we have to be diligent. We have to wait and see when it actually begins. In order order to experience this, the best way to experience this phenomenon that is about to take place with the alignment of the Earth and the Sun with the center of the galaxy is by going within, not looking at the stars, just feeling out, but going within yourself. And there's a very special place within us that the Mayans speak about, that if you really want to know and understand and feel this, we have to be in our hearts. We can't be in our brain. Now, right now, most people in the world are in their brains, and those people will not really be able to understand what's taking place. Again, the only way you can do that is to be into your heart. And so, I would like to guide you into your hearts. It's a very simple form of this meditation. The actual living form of this meditation is more complex. If you want to know that, you can find a way to learn that meditation. It's very similar to Kriya Yoga. It's very similar to Kundalini Yoga, but it's just a little bit different. It's been simplified. And so we're going to simplify this even more. And so what I ask you to do right now is to find a place in front of your computer screen somewhere where you can hear the speakers and to get comfortable, sit on a zafa or a pillow and get your back straight, or you can sit in a chair. It's okay. You can even stand up if you wish. Now, the Kogi do that. They stand up. So whatever is good for you, that's you feel comfortable with, that's all you need. And so I'll give you just a moment. Find just a few seconds to get ready. Now, as you're getting prepared, within the heart, there are two spaces. There is a space within a space. The outer space is called the sacred space of the heart, and the inner space is called the tiny space of the heart. It's been called this for thousands and thousands of years around the world. And so you need to be in one of these two spaces to be able to experience what's happening. To get into the tiny space requires a lot more knowledge, and that's hard for me to get you in there. However, if you know how to get into your tiny space, go there. Don't worry about anything else. Just go there and be there, because that's the ideal place. The second best place, and which will work fine for us right now, is to go into the sacred space of the heart. So I'm going to lead you carefully. The first thing we have to do is we have to connect with Mother Earth and Father Sky. This has to be done. If you don't, by making this particular connection, it puts a vibration in your spirit, and that vibration, when you have that, when you're holding that vibration, it allows you to enter into the tiny space or the sacred space of the heart. But you can't get in if you don't have that vibration in your spirit. So we're going to lead you into what's called the unity breath first, and we're going to do a simplified version of that also. And once we get out of that, we're really going to lead you from wherever you are, which most people are in their brain, or wherever you are in your body, or even if you're external to your body. We're going to lead you through a meditation into this space. Once you are into that space, we're going to ask you to ask for light, because if you don't ask for light, you'll be in darkness. And directly after that, I'm going to ask you to feel the vibration. That vibration, according to the Hindus, is the oldest vibration in existence. It's older than the reality itself. Once you have asked for light and you've felt this vibration, I'm then going to leave you in that place, because by leaving you in that place, you are now in position for the alignment to take place, and you will be able to experience and feel this in a very special way. But while you're doing that, I'm going to go deeper into my meditation directly with the center of the galaxy. And God willing, if the center of the galaxy will allow it, he may speak through me to you and give you a message. I can't promise that. I don't know. This is up to God. But if it happens, it could be very valuable for all of us, including myself. And so we'll see where that leads. So we're now going to prepare for meditation. Close your eyes. And begin to breathe through them. By that I mean breathing the same length of time in that you breathe out. So it becomes like a figure eight. Same length of time. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let your body relax. Let your spirit relax. Now be aware of nature and Mother Earth, the spirit of the earth. This is who we wish you to contact with right now. And feel love for her and for all of nature. She is your mother. You came from her. You live upon her. Everything you own and have, she gave. It came from her, and she gave to you, including your body. And so feel the love that you have for her, and just let it flow. You can't just think it. You can't say, I'm now feeling love for Mother Earth. You have to really continue to breathe with me. When your love is strong, and you can feel that you love her, then with your intention, send your love from within you down into the center of the earth. It's the heart of the earth. With the intention that she feel your love. When you feel ready, do that. Send your love into the center of the earth. And then you wait. You wait for Mother Earth to send her love back to you. She always will. You are her child. She loves you. No matter what you've done, no matter who you are, she loves you. When you feel her love come back inside your body from underneath, from within the earth to your inside your body, just let it go anywhere it wants to go. Don't try to control it. It's your mother. It's okay. You don't have anything to be concerned about. Now you're feeling this flow between yourself and your mother. And without breaking this love, without stopping the flow of love between you and her, bring your attention to the heavens, to all the sky, and not just the galaxy, but to the moon, the sun, to all the planets, and to everything, everywhere. And feel the love that you have for all of the heavens. When you look into the night sky, you can feel this mystery, this beauty, this incredible depth of space. And for most people, they feel this love. When you feel this love as you're thinking of this place, or even better, you're looking at it, when you feel this love inside of you, with your intention, send it up through your body, out the top of your head. And you can send it either to the sun Go to the center of the galaxy. Either one will work right now. And send it there with the intention that they feel your love for them. And then you wait for their love, the center of the galaxy, and all life everywhere, and the sun, to send their love back to you, and it'll come back into the top of your head and down into your body. And you can feel it. It's real. You feel this incredible beauty, this love that they always have for you. Always. There's never been a time. When you feel it come into your body, just breathe. And don't stop your love from going up to them either. Just keep it flowing. And now bring in the love that's flowing with your mother at the same time. Mother Earth and Father Sky at the same time. And it forms a triangle. Mother Earth is your divine mother. Father Sky is your divine father. And you are the divine child. And it forms a triangle. It's the Holy Trinity. And you have just brought it down into Earth and made it alive. It creates a spirit, an energy within your spirit. And that frequency, that vibration, that love between you and your mother and your father, and your husband, it is required for you to have this in your spirit in order to enter into your heart. Your heart will not allow you to come in if you do not have this frequency, this vibration within you. And so, we're going to go on a journey. Keep breathing, keep feeling this love, and we're going to leave your brain, or wherever you are located right now. It could be somewhere outside. A lot of people are not in their bodies, they're outside of their bodies. Some people are not located in there, they might be even already in their heart, or they may be somewhere else. Many people go into their solar plexus. Wherever you're located, just let go of that place and begin to head and move towards your heart, your physical heart. And keep moving till you can see it, or sense it, or feel it in front of you. And when you feel it, or see it, or sense it in front of you, then with your intention, move inside of your heart. It doesn't matter where right now, just move inside of your heart. And now you are inside of your heart. Your spirit is inside of your heart. Your consciousness is not there. And the next move is second. But you have to really trust yourself this moment. You're going to tell yourself that your spirit is going to move inside of your heart. And that it will find the sacred space of the heart. And you will know that you are there when you stop moving. You will be in the sacred space of your heart. So tell yourself, I'm going to move. And when I stop moving, I will be in the sacred space of the heart. So do that. You feel yourself start moving. You may move in straight lines, you may move in curves, you may go around in spirals. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You're moving. And you feel yourself moving. Stop. You now must really trust yourself. And believe you are in the most sacred space in the universe. You are in the place of creation begins. Where life begins again. Ask for there to be light. It's important. It's the beginning of Genesis. And after you ask for light, whether it comes or not, that's between you and God. You have to ask. And the next thing you do Just feel the vibration within you. Everything that you can see, everything that's around you is vibrating. It's a frequency. It's very specific. It's written about in the ancient journals, the ancient scriptures. It's called Om by the Hindus, and it's older than creation itself. And now let all that go. And know that in just a few minutes, the Earth, the Sun, and the center of the galaxy are going to go in alignment and into sacred union. It is the birth of the It's the birth of the new beginning of humanity. And this love takes place where you are. You're going to be the same. It just happens slowly. We are going to change. You know that once this begins, and we will tell you what count down, you're going to be watching the clock and knowing exactly what takes place. We will tell you what happens. And directly after that, immediately, there's going to be a few minutes, slightly less than 10 minutes, where this incredible energy is going to come from the center of the galaxy and hit in two places on Earth. One is in Guatemala, and one is in the Four Corners area of the United States, which happens to be exactly where we are located here right now. And I'm going to feed this energy that is coming into us to you, wherever you are in the world. I hope this is a blessing in your life. I wish I never had it again. Know that is happening very close enough to the time when it's going to take place. I'm going to go deeper into meditation, much deeper. I'm going to make a direct connection with the center of the galaxy, our grandfather. And that he speak through me to you to tell you a message about the time that is coming. I don't know if it'll happen. It may. It may not. We're coming very close now. We're within 1 minute of the awakening. Keep your hearts open. Keep your spirit sensing and feeling. You feel the love between you and God and yourself. It's 30 seconds.
blessings to the earth, to all life on earth, especially to individual artistic and essential parts of organism. They are collective Lord has given us permission to speak through whoever has concepts and ideas to express himself. You are about to go through a transition that is ancient. It is nothing new. It's very, very old. And every one of you have been through this transition, one very similar to it, many, many, many times in your life. You know precisely how to move during this transition. So the secret is to find your mind into your heart. You have enjoyed many things going to begin to take place. You are the caretaker of you. You receive speak to us anytime. Just trust yourself. You can trust us also. There was one more correction I would like to make to these teachings. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing. He teaches that you probably as you come up into the holy, feel them descend into their love to you as you connect with first love and the rest of creation. In the same way, we send love to our sky. Our sky sends love to you. You connect. And then as you feel both the peace, as your seas turn, and as you feel the link between love and fire, there's one fire, there's one fire. Trust yourself. Love is the universe was created. Whether it's you, there's no reason to continue. It's so much as within yourself. This is just much grateful to you that you wish to be with us. Please listen. Always be there. Always. This is what
Energy is subsiding very quickly. You can either stay in the meditation, which is probably the best thing to do, or you can come out of the stay in your heart, even if you open your eyes. This energy will continue around the world for the next 3 days. And then there will be a transition, which is about the day of the years that moving from male to female energy. Slowly over the next 9 years, the world is going to transition. And you, if you really want to continue deeply with your mind in the direction that this is going, learn to live every moment of the day moment. You can do it when you're done. This is not the first time that you've ever had this experience. You are older than creation. You have always been here, and you will always be around forever. It's time to relax. It's time to let go of all fear. It's time to be a child. Be innocent. Everything will come. It's very simple. You can do that. Every time you will move into another level of consciousness. Right here on Earth, you will move from the third to the fourth dimension of Earth. Go into another planet. Stay right here. Just in another way. Your world is going to come abundance. You will see this. So I thank you for coming.